Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new project. And what I am doing is filming a new intro to this video because the last one, well, the intro was fine, but I'll tell you. Anyway, we are making this advent calendar. We're using Stamperia Romantic Collection. This is the 8x8, but we use the 12x12 for this, okay? And this is from Scrap and Create. This is a design project for Scrap and Create. I'm actually making a mini album with this collection, but there was a sheet that was an advent calendar, so I thought I'm just going to go ahead and make that. And the background is just from my stash. You can use whatever, but we'll talk more about that in the video. But the reason I wanted to film a new intro was, A, I forgot to tell you that it was from Scrap and Create, and B, when I made the video, let me slide this down so you can see, right here, I'm a little dyslexic, and I spelled this P-E-C-A-E. I reversed my C and my A when I was putting it down. And I did not notice at all, not through the whole video. I didn't notice until I went to take a picture of this for the thumbnail. And then I noticed. So I just got out some black cardstock and made myself this with the white gel pen. But anyway, so I wanted to advise you of that so you don't feel the need to point it out to me in the comments. I did eventually, far too late, notice what I had done. But in any event, so here's the video. Hope you enjoy it. It's a cute little project. Hi everyone, welcome to a new project. We are going to make something a little different today. If you remember when I did my haul for this collection, one of the sheets, and I've already ripped it out, if I can find it. Here it is. No, that's not it. Okay, what do I do with it? Hang on. I am unprepared apparently. Oh, wait a minute, I know what I do with it. I set it aside. Is an advent calendar. You can see it here. And this I've already cut it. But it had, I forget how it was laid out, something like this. Hang on. There you go. And, okay. So we are going to make the advent calendar. We are going to do a mini album with this collection, but this first project is just going to be the advent calendar. I think I might as well get that done. So I have done a little bit of pre-work on it. And let me pull out, and I have a 12x12 sheet of cardstock, which is what I'm going to put it on, or chipboard rather. And then I just pulled this from my stash to use as the background. And then my cat chomped the corner off of it when I wasn't looking. But fortunately, I have another one. But you can just use whatever from your stash that you have that goes, but I just thought that went pretty well. And that is, for now, all we are going to need. So what I did is I just trimmed off this piece, which is the little bits that are going to go inside the windows. And then I'm going to reassemble them here. Hopefully you can see. Let me just slide this over. Because they are actually sized correctly. So this one here is going to go under 25. These that are like this, I've already cut them somewhat apart. If you'll notice, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the smallest size, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 are a little bigger. And these are those. These ones here are going to go here in the middle, and then this one is going to go here. Okay? And then, let's get this out of the way. We don't even need that either. So then what I did is I took my X-Acto knife on a self-healing mat, not on the glass mat, but on a self-healing mat with a ruler. And I don't know how easily you can see it on camera, but all of these little doors do have little knobs so that you can see how they open. And what I did is I cut just inside where it looks like the perimeter of each square was, and I just cut down beside the doorknob and then over to form a flap. So don't cut all 4 sides, only cut 3. And so 1 and 2 open like this, 7 and 8 like that, and then these and these open like that. The rest are all double doors that open in the middle. Okay? so far so good, right? Then I turned it over, and you could use this side up if you want, but the numbers are on the other side, so this is the side I'm using. Then I took a scoring tool on my softer self-healing mat, not on the glass, and my ruler, and scored the side where I had not cut, just to help the doors open somewhat. And that is where I'm at. So now we have these pieces, and what we're going to have to do is glue them into the openings on the back. So what I did, I took a look here, and I'm just going to open these. Hopefully you can see. And I did find that these could be put in stacked up and down, but not side to side. So I can cut this in half. Okay. And I'm just going to cut a little bit of this white off. So if I open, it's just to open that side, and I put that down like that, that will be fine. Do you see that? Okay, so let me grab my glue, and I think what I am going to do is actually put the glue on here, not on there. Do I want to do that? Hang on, I'm thinking aloud. No, you know what? I think I will put it on here. And keep your glue to a minimum and as close to the edge as you can get it, because there's not a lot of play in these. Okay. Let's move that over. And I'm kind of winging this. Obviously, I've never made this before, so okay, let's turn that over. Oops. And let's see, how does that look? All right, not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so then these two will be 1 and 8. And same thing. And this is actually going to be glued down, the whole thing. So really you only need probably a tiny bit of glue on these. Totally missed there. Okay. And so once more, I am just laying that down. Okay. These might, I'm just wondering if I need to put something on these to help them open. Makes like a little string or something. Because I just want to make sure I haven't glued it shut. Whoops. Okay. Keep those lifted a little bit. Okay, and then we have the same situation over here where we can stack these. These 4 were the only ones I had actually fully opened. And what I may do, I haven't inked any of these because I thought it would be a pain but they are white core, so I may go through with like a brown Copic marker or something like that, just to knock some of that down, some of that white. Okay, again, as little glue as possible. And I wonder if it would be easier to just turn it over and put it down. And then slide it a little bit. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna call that done. Okay. And then this one is going to go here. And I thought about putting little beads or something here, but I was afraid they might pull off to help open the little doors. But we'll see. Okay. This one I can put a fair bit of glue on this side, although I don't need too much. And if you've been watching at all, you know using too much glue is kind of my jam. Okay. I'm just playing with different ways to do this. Yikes. That's pretty good. Now, I'm not pushing any of these doors down too much because I don't, if I did get a little glue seepage, I don't want to glue them shut. Okay, there we go. And I am OCD enough that I'm not going to do 25 until the end. Okay. And these, I'm going to go ahead and just real quick cut these out on my paper trimmer. I'll be right back. Okay. I'll separate them as we go. And these do not have a specific, these had to go where they went pretty much. In terms of just the big ones had to go here, the little ones here. But these are all the same size. There doesn't seem to be any particular thing. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take 22 and put that one there, just because that's my birthday. So I'm going to put the cake there. And then, let's see, I think, so here we have the truck coming home with the tree, so we want the decorated tree, I would think, after that. So maybe we'll do the truck coming home with the tree pretty early. And I'm not laying all of these out. I'm just trying to see if there's any that would drive me crazy if they were in a specific spot. And I think these would be the only ones. All right, so we'll put the tree here. Okay. All right, so this is going to be 9. Turn this around. The hardest part of cutting these for me was just trying to get to the middle ones because I don't see very well, and it was kind of hard. But once that was done, oh no, truck, this one. These bigger ones I think are going to be easier to put down than those little ones we just did. Okay. Now, one thing you could do if you're really OCD about it, you could put this down on your background, make a pencil mark where each opening is, put these down, then put this down, but I think that would drive me crazy. Okay, so we put that one on 9. Let's put this on 11, right above the Christmas one. And just double check for fit. Good. You can see I'm just putting one line up each side because, as I mentioned, this is going to get glued down, and that will further adhere everything. Okay, there's that one. And what do I do with the cake? Did I lose it already? There it is. Okay. We're going to put that one under 22. Okay. Okay, now the rest don't really matter where they go. Those. 24, that's this one. I can trim it a little bit. And just gonna check that for fit. Okay. That's good. Okay, and 25. Okay, and same thing. Let's check it for fit. Actually, I can do this one this way. good. Trim it a little bit. Right. Looks like I got a little glue seepage on the back. All right. Here we go. Now, let me grab a brown Copic and just darken the edges of those. Okay. You don't have to use a Copic. You could use, you know, any kind of dark marker, even a Sharpie would be just fine. I just happen to have one, so. Okay, so we've darkened the edges, and I don't know why I just touched them. That Copic is probably still wet. Now, as far as the background goes, let's set this aside for a moment. And again, you know, this is something I had in my stash. I think I got it at Joann's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something. So it's, you know, it's just is what it is. It's not something you can probably get your hands on. And I feel like my chipboard is not 100% square. Either that or the paper's not, but that's okay. I'm trying to just, well, no matter what I do, I need to glue this down fully. So I think I might as well just go ahead and do that. And you know what? I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because this is such a big piece that as much glue as I would have to put down, it might buckle from that moisture. And it won't with Fabri-Tac. And I'm just fussing because my Fabri-Tac bottle is like completely gunked up here. But I think it'll be all right. So I'm just going to put Fabri-Tac right down. You could use tape too, that would work. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac. Oops, Fabri-Tac on my pen. Go. Now, I did not do anything to the edge of this chipboard. I may go back. I mean, I'm going to ink, but that's about it. You could paint yours white. You could add glitter. You could wrap it fully. You know, whatever you want to do. All right. Let's see. That looks pretty good. And then we have our background. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do about this upper edge. I think I want to loosely fussy cut it. In other words, I'm not going to go right along the line, but I think I do want to fussy cut out those corners. like that. Now what we could do is offset it to one side and maybe trim this later so that it's not as wide, or because I don't have, for this collection, I don't have any chipboards, but I do have wooden shapes, but I kind of am saving these for the album. Yeah, let's save those. But we might want to add flowers. Or, let me see, let's look at the, I don't want to use too much of this collection because I am going to use it for a mini album, but I mean, that advent calendar was just sitting right there waiting to be used. I'm looking to see if there was anything that we want to take as a vertical to decorate beside it here. I mean, there's that, but it doesn't, I mean, it's beautiful, but I'd rather have it in the album. I don't think it would add anything much to this. There's some fussy cuts. But again, I don't think those are what I want. Just double checking. Just trying to decide if I almost feel like if I put it here, it looks a little too wide, but you know what? I think I am just going to center it and then maybe add some flowers at the bottom. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If you want to make yours narrower, by all means you can. Yeah, as far as height, you're pretty much stuck. It's got to be about 12. You could go a little shorter, but not much. And we're going to add some glitter and stuff to this too. But I think we're at a point where it'd be good to glue it down. Okay, and for that I am going to use art glitter glue. Oh, I did not mean to put that much glue. I always forget that I do not need to squeeze those bottles. If you squeeze them, you're going to get way too much glue. Okay. And I think that's a good spot right about there. And then you want to be careful now that you don't hurt the doors when you're burnishing this down. Just press. And then we can take our bone folder and go in between carefully. Whoa. See, I bent one of them. That's all right. There. Okay. I feel like I need a little, as much glue as I put, I feel like I need a tiny bit there at the bottom. But you know what? I may have a flower or something there, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. Okay, good. And we do need something on the back. I was going to use the matching piece, but it got its corner chopped off, so I'll have to find something else. All right, I'm going to let all of this dry, which it's really fine. I could go on, but I'm getting tired, and if I keep going when I'm tired, I'll make mistakes. And when I come back in a couple of seconds for you, we will decorate this. And what I'm going to do up here is punch a couple of holes and just use some twine to make a hanging loop for it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over so that no playful kitties get after it. I'll put my scissors on it too to let it weight it down a little bit. And I'll be back in a few seconds. I am back, and what I did is I turned this over, made sure all my doors were nice and closed, turned it over and just put some heavy books on it just to make sure it would dry relatively flat. And then I was looking at it. I actually had it standing up like this, and I'm looking at it, and the scale seemed a little off to me. This is so tall. I was thinking if it was hanging, I might like it taller. So what I did, and I just have some pieces stuck on here, is I cut out a piece of chipboard 12 inches across and 4 inches tall. And these pieces are not attached. And what I'm going to do, actually, just slide those off, is keep these separate. So this one will be above it with a gap, and then I'll attach my hanging, it'll hang from up here, and then I'll also have string or chain or something between them, like that. So let me, and the other thing that I did off camera is I used clear Wink of Stella, and anywhere that there was snow on this design, I added this clear Wink of Stella. And I don't know how much it shows on camera. It's a pretty subtle shimmer, but it just adds a little something. So let's set that aside for the moment. And then I just covered this with the same paper. And then I went through my stash to try to see what I had that I could put on here. I thought about using my silhouette to cut out something, but I didn't feel like it, to tell you the truth. But I found these, and you could make these. Let me find the thing that it came out of. It was from Echo Park Away in the Manger. I had this ephemera set. That's where it came from. But you could just cut some little flag shapes out of black and use a white gel pen to write peace or whatever you wanted. So I was thinking of that, and then I thought maybe I would add this, but I'm not sure because I need to add those grommets to hold the ties, so I might want to do something smaller than that. And then I had this, which I liked a lot, which I thought I might use, which seemed suitable for Advent. And then I had the little lamb, and I had this one that says Blessed Advent, but I think this is the way I'm gonna go. I just like the way it looks. So I think before I do any of that, because I want to have an idea where things are going to end up, is I want to mark and punch the holes for the grommets, for the hanger. And let me grab a pencil. And I think I'm just going to go with, well, not that apparently. Okay, this ruler is 1 inch wide, so I think I'm gonna see what that looks like. No, that's too far in. Okay, so let's try I think a 1/2 inch. Yeah, so I made a dot 1/2 inch in, 1/2 inch down. Reasonably straight. Okay. And I'm just going to punch those holes. Oops. there are those. And then we want to do the same thing to the top, and only the top, because we don't need it at the bottom, unless you want to hang something from the bottom, but from the top of this, we need to do 2 holes. Get that up where you can see it. Should have mentioned, if you intend to put something on the back, do that first before you punch the holes. I decided not to because I know it's going to be hanging against the wall. Nobody's going to see the back, so I'm just going to leave it. Now I need grommets, and I gotta find 6 that match. And I know I said I was going to order more grommets, but I haven't. I think these, if I have 6 of these sort of matte gray ones, would go well. I don't think I have 6 of them. Okay, maybe 6 of the matte black. I don't know if I have 6 of any one color.
One eternity later.
There. Okay. Let me go ahead and do these. Those. Get rid of that. And let's do these 2. Okay. There. All right. And I'm gonna use this, just a twine to attach them. You could use chain, that would be really cool too. But before we do that, let's go ahead and decorate this. And then I also had somewhere, well, I'll find it, something for there. Okay, so I'm gonna use this, and you can see I feel like my chipboard was a little wider than 12 inches, either that or my paper was a little less than 12, because I've got little showing, but I don't really mind that. It's just kind of a rustic look, but I'm just kind of eyeballing this to be kind of like a banner and a little bit of an arc, something like that. I do want it to be sort of reasonably That's about 1 3/8. Whoops. Oh, she has been a fuss budget every night. Okay, something like that. I think that looks pretty good. Let's measure that. Yep, let's that over a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, like that. And again, it's a little rustic, that's fine. And I just have my ruler here so that I can put this centerpiece down at the 6-inch mark. Pun not intended. That looks pretty good. Again, if you've got a silhouette or something like that, you could use that. I do not know what I did with my baby wipe. I had it on the other side of the room. Here it is. Okay. All right, this one's just sort of to the side of that. I'm just kind of getting a mental image of where they go. And I put way too much glue on that. Hang on. Okay, that's good. Looks good. Okay. I'm just kind of making sure that line is relatively smooth. Is 1 1/4 from the top, and that is a little higher. Let's bring that down a little bit. 1 1/4, give or take. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. It may not be perfect, but I think it looks good. Okay, and then I think I'm going to put that there. And you know what, I think I'm going to ink. I'm use walnut stain. That seems about the color of the little snowman's hat, and I think I will ink just the whole perimeter here. And we're going, you know, it's kind of rustic a little bit here. Otherwise I would like trim there where my cardstock is showing, or chipboard, but I'm okay with it for this. That looks good. And I know you probably are not going to have the same ephemera in your stash that I do, but anybody who's been crafting for any length of time probably has some kind of Christmas ephemera or something in your stash, and if you don't, those kind of things will be available right now in the craft stores. I'll just pick something up. Okay, that's good. Now, let us set that aside. And let's go back here. And might as well just go ahead and ink my edges on this as well. Uh-oh, cat's coming. Don't step in the ink. No. She loves to chew flowers and paper. She, as you know, she chomped on this paper, and then I caught her chomping on something else earlier. No, get out of the ink. No. Come on. Scoot. Good girl. Okay. All right, so I've inked that. And then I had, hang on, let me see. I fussy cut this little, I thought I cut 2 of those. But maybe not. But I may only need 1 anyway. I just thought it would be cute to have 1 overlapping, maybe even more. We have to be careful though, because we have to be able to open that. The other thing I had the only thing with this is I like that it says Blessed Advent, but I don't like the color. That lime green doesn't really go. The lamb, but he's kind of out of nowhere. I think what I'm going to do is just put this guy down here, because this is just a little bright white here. And actually, you know, we could just hit it up with a little ink just to tone that down a little bit. And same up there. Okay. And maybe just add a snowman on top here. Kind of like that. And we might add another one or something else. I think what I'm going to do is put this one down, and then I'm just going to finish it. We'll add the hanger and all that stuff. I'm going to find my scissors. Hang on. So we'll add everything, you know, this little guy, and we'll put it together, and I'm going to call it done. But I may come back later after I've made my mini album with this collection and see what I have left, if there's anything I have that I want to use to embellish with. What are you doing? What you doing? I feel bad because I've been working all day and she wants attention, and now I've sat back down. This is my office where I work from home on the other side of the room, and then I have on this side a couple of desks where I work. So I come in here and sit down. She knows she's not going to get the attention she wants. Okay. So we're going to put this one here, and I got to be careful that it's not going to interfere with the door. Okay, and we may add more of those. I have some more of the paper. Okay, put that. Cute. All right, so I've got my wink of Stella and just my little snowman. That's all I've added, and then a little ink just to tone down the white. And like I said, we may add some more stuff later. Oh, what was that? Oh, got a piece of paper. Okay. What do you got? All right, I don't know what it was. does. She's got a piece of paper, but it doesn't look like any valuable paper, so. Trying to figure out the best way to go about this. I'm going to start with, I'm going to measure my twine so they're the same length. Got 1 foot, 12 inches. And now she's got something else that she's tearing into. I'm sorry, I'm sure it's distracting for you to listen to me dealing with that. Okay, get rid of this. Now I think that my grommets are too big to do like a situation, well, at least with this string, where you would put the string through, tie a knot, and it wouldn't be able to pull back through. So we're going to have to tie it. So I'm just going to tie a knot. Okay, so can you see that? I just tied it in on like a knot. Well, not like a knot, it is a knot. All right, and then we're going to do the same here. Sorry. All right. So now we have these. I'm trying to do this in a way you can see it. And then these need to go through here. Okay. All that. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and line this one up with a mark on my cutting board and then put this one an inch away. I think an inch is about a good gap. That looks pretty good. I can't imagine any way that this is actually going to work. Hang on. Do that so it doesn't move. I had another one of those bar magnets, but I don't know what I did with it. It's probably permanently stuck somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's see if that helps. See, that's going to be more than an inch. Okay. All right, I'm going to tie the other one and see how that ends up. I think that worked out reasonably straight. Let's see. These bar magnets are really strong. Okay. I think it's, this one looks like it's a little bit longer. Let me measure. I think this it's not the same distance. Hang on. All right, that's an inch, just it's like an inch and 3/16. And this is an inch and a quarter, so it's like a 1/16 of an inch. Whoa! Remember what I said about those magnets? Okay. All right, I'm gonna untie it and see if I can tighten it up a little bit. How is that? That looks pretty good. And now it looks wider again. Still looks wider. Well, I will fuss with it. You see what I'm doing. Okay. And now for the hanger, you want a longer piece, depending just how, if you know where you're going to hang it, how much hanger you want on it. So I'm just going to tie one side first. One and all right. And let's put this one. Off camera, I know. Actually, now that I'm holding it up from the hanger, it looks pretty straight. All right. There's that. Now, like I said, you could go through, and I probably will at some point, maybe not, and add flowers, stuff left over from the collection, however you want to decorate it. But I'm going to call that done. I have to have it sideways so I can get it on my table. But I hope you had fun. This is a little different for us, but I enjoyed it, and I'm happy to have an advent calendar for this year. I will try to remember to hang it up somewhere and take a picture of it so you can get an idea what it actually looks like hanging on the wall, and insert it somewhere along the way. So, thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and we will get back to making books. Bye-bye.